National Catastrophe Insurance Fund has now reached its 1 full year of operation, and the committee, the board of directors are now returning back to Japan. It's been a year since we last visited Japan. At the time, we put together the National Catastrophe Insurance Fund for Thailand. Of course, throughout the year, there's so many things, so many rules and regulations that we put for the National Catastrophe Insurance Fund. Right now, we are really revisiting those rules and regulations and make sure that it's still in line with the standard practice and also suitable for Thailand. For example, right now, our NCIF have the total number of policy of approximately 800,000 policies. We have the total sum insured for the industry, approximately 32 billion Thai baht. And the sum insured and transfer the risk to the fund is at approximately 50 billion Thai baht. The fund now has earned the premium collected from the insurance company of approximately 500 millions. Of course, all this was according to the rule and regulation that we prescribed a year before. Right now, throughout this trip, we have learned the experience and the progress that in Japan, how they set up, how they progress, and what they are doing right now. All of this will help us in looking back and try to revise the rule and regulation and to make the fund more beneficial to the local market. We will soon gather all this information, and the board of directors will carefully consider one by one the rule, regulation, and the structure the way it is right now, in looking forward to what more we can do to help the insurance industry, to help the policyholder, both the household and the businesses, to be able to make better use of the insurance industry to transfer the risk to the fund. Of course, we at this point, we have a long list, and we hope that the board of directors will come up with a resolution within a few months' time, and by the time we will announce to the public, and of course we will make it advance notice to the industry as well. If there's any changes that necessary, that we will put forward. Of course, we have learned also in this trip a lot of things that are happening during the catastrophe. The confidence of the public is the key component or factor of consideration. For our country, in Thailand, the factor, the influential factor that will gain the confidence of the general public is the country infrastructure. The government themselves have now working hard on projects to upgrade the Thailand infrastructure. When those projects develop materially, that will help reach another stage in gaining the confidence from the public. And also that would help in terms of the insurance industry to move to the next stage. And by that time, the role of the fund will be less and less, but we are talking about a few years' time. So in the time between, during these few years, the fund still has its critical role in the Thai society for both the household and the businesses. Now in Thailand, the fund is structured in such a way that we have the government startup fund of in the amount of 50 billion Thai baht. So the fund, its main task is to make the full use of 50 billion Thai baht to generate adequate capacity to fulfill or to accommodate the need of both household and businesses that need insurance risk. Of course, if the total sum insured is greater than 50 billion, the fund then will seek the reinsurance facility overseas to be able to come up with the adequate capacity for the Thai general public according to the premium that we prescribe. Household for 0.5%, SME or small and medium-sized enterprises for 1%, and big industrial conglomerate is 1.25%. Now in Japan, what we found, the structure is put together differently. In Japan, the rate of the premium is pretty much commercial rate, but based upon the consideration that the fund would not make any gain or benefit or loss out of the fund. The government provides a subsidy in terms of claim For example, the first level of the claim up to 100 billion Japanese yen, for example, the private company will absorb all the claim loss. When it moves to the next level for an amount greater than the initial amount, that amount will be split 50-50% by the private sector and by the government. If it go beyond that amount to the third level, the amount that the government will pay for will be greater. For in Japan, will be 86%, and the 14% will be by the insurance company. So by dividing the batches of the claim into 3 levels, that will be able to accommodate in case of the catastrophe event. Now that is how the catastrophe insurance fund in Japan is structured. Okay. Now in Thailand, it's different. In Thailand, insurance company is willing to sell the coverage without taking any brokerage commission fee. In Japan, they do. The insurance company in Thailand, once they accept the risk, according to the insurance premium prescribed by the fund, the amount then will transfer to the fund for the risk, and the fund will do the role of managing the capacity to the reinsurance capacity. Now, at this point, the fund does not seek any reinsurance capacity yet. Couple of reasons. The first reason is because of the total sum insured that comes to the fund is still within the 50 billion capacity that the fund has. And the second reason, we look at the trend. Since the fund started its operation a year ago, the pressure on the capacity, the pressure on the insurance premium has been gradually relieved, and we foresee that the trend will continue, meaning that the insurance company have the ability to seek their own reinsurance capacity, and the need to reinsurance with the fund will be less and less. And also the insurance premium in the market right now, because of the reinsurer overseas, has gradually coming back and start the competitive to compete with each other on the insurance premium rate. So put that all together, we anticipate that the volume that come to the fund will be less and less when we look into it. And also, right now we are getting to the month of April. The concern on the flood has been less because of the level of rainfall that we experienced this year is relatively low. So we have more risk toward the drought more than to the flood. So having said that, between now and the end of the year, we anticipate that the level of this total sum insured coming into the fund will be less, and the need to seek reinsurance also will be less as well. Of course, now this the board that will continue its monitoring control and constantly, and if of course with need arise and when the reinsurance capacity is necessary, the board won't be hesitated to find the reinsurance capacity to facilitate the need of both Thai household and general businesses.